Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about some shard pulls and shard pull events. So we have the extra legendary event going on right now. Now with ancient shards, the extra legendary and the 2x, it's kind of a different approach. But for sacred shards, I made a post yesterday on my Discord channel saying that it makes sense to pull for these if you're close to Mercy. However, after a little more thinking about that and a little more looking around the community, it's actually not necessarily true. Because Sacred Shard Mercy, I don't know if you guys seen that pop up just now, but I'm trying to open up RSL Helper. But if you didn't, don't worry about it. But Sacred Shard Mercy is basically irrelevant, to be honest. Let's take a look at it real quick, okay? So 2x event is going to be a little bit different because you're going to have double chances, but a non-2x, also don't worry, I will be pulling these shards. The 2 I have, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So 6% chance, very low either way. With double event, it's going to be a 12% chance, but the Mercy system is what we're focused on. With Ancients and Voids, I mean, you're probably going to make it to Mercy, right? Like, I mean, it's highly likely considering that tons of players actually pull up to 200 shards, which is when your Mercy system starts, and that's not unheard of. I mean, you have a 0.5% chance, so no real issue, right? Whereas with Sacreds, you have a 6% chance per shard to get a legendary. Your Mercy kicks in at what sounds like a decent amount, at 12 shards. Until you realize that at 12 shards, each summon increases your chance to pull legendary by 2%. It by no means should be 2%, because if you think about it, hopefully my math is correct. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but if you have typically a 6% chance to pull legendary, you have 100% total we're working from, okay? Minus 6%. We have 94% that we're not going to pull a legendary. Well, if you go ahead and divide this 94% by 2, it's going to give you that point increase each time you pull a shard. So it's going to be 47 shards that you have to pull to get a legendary once you've already pulled those initial 12. Maybe on the 46th, but either way, let's add 12 to this. Well, minus 1, so 58, 59, somewhere around there. 58 or 59 sacred shards to guarantee yourself a legendary from sacred shards. Have you ever pulled that many shards? Have you ever even pulled 50 sacreds with no legendary? I don't really think it's that heard of. Hopefully it's not, because that'd be absolutely terrible. Let's just do 50%, okay? 50% chance per sacred shard. How many shards would you have to pull? Well, so we're going to take 50. We're going to subtract 6% because it's our base number, right? So we have 44, divide that by 2. So if my math is correct, you'd have to pull 34 sacred shards for each shard to be a 50% chance of you pulling a legendary champion. I've never pulled 34 shards. I've pulled 20, I think, probably on my higher end, but I've never pulled 34. So as far as waiting until your Mercy system or until you're close to that for sacred shards, I really don't think that's the best way to go about this. There's a few main events you're going to want to look out for when it comes to getting your sacred shards and opening them, okay? So here they are. Sacreds, guaranteed events. Previously, it was 15. Nekmothar was 15 shards. Nekmothar is an amazing champion. I think Sishia was like 12 sacred shards. And then we have Elva recently for 20. These are amazing events, and I think if you can save up for those, they're great to save up for. The next thing, fusions. We have Summon Rush. Sacred shards are highly, highly valuable. Not so much in Champion Chase. So the difference, Champion Chase, anything that comes out of the portal, any champion you get points for. Summon Rush is the event, and Summon Rush events give you points based on the shard quality. Sacred's 500, Void's like 250 or 150, I forget, and then Ancient Shards like 20. Ancient Shards during a Champion Chase, which is the tournament, are very good because you can pull epics, get a lot of points, and I finished my previous Champion Chase tournament with like 30 Ancient Shards during a 2x event. It was crazy good luck. Whereas Sacred Shards, they could be only 250 during Champion Chase. During Summon Rush, Sacred Shards are very, very valuable, and you can typically finish the event with 10 or even less than that. So Summon Rush, Fusions, very good idea to save for. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have any of those things going on. So right now, it's just the extra legendary event. If you do happen to pull a legendary, you'll get an extra one. We're going to get into that in just a second, but the next thing is 2x and 10x events. Obviously, 2x event is kind of what we're going to be talking about. And 10x event, with how many legendaries we have in the pool, it's crazy. Like, your chances of actually landing one of those champions are terribly, terribly low. Like, it's so minute. Honestly, 10x events are basically worth skipping, only worth going for a select number of players. But 2x versus guaranteed events. I want to know from you guys, which events do you pull on? What do you think's the best route? And do you have a different approach for Sacred Shards versus things like, say, Ancients and Voids? Well, I want to talk about what I'm thinking about for these Sacreds. I'm going to go ahead and pull these Sacreds, and hopefully you guys can understand why. So 2x, versus guaranteed. That's gonna be the biggest thing we're talking about in today's video. Let me go ahead and pull up this right here, the Raid Summoning Simulator. So you guys may have seen this already. I'm gonna move myself real quick, but basically what this does is you input the events, the 10x champions, the shards you're gonna be summoning, the number of shards, and it runs it however many times you want. So for me, we're gonna do 10 sacred shards during a non-10x event, which is what's currently going on, and we're gonna run that 10,000 times. So basically what happens is it takes 10 shards, opens them up 10,000 times, and then gives us the data as we see down below. So down here, I already simulated it, so we simulate again. Down here at the bottom, we have, let's see, we have a 34% chance to pull one legendary from 10 sacred shards on a non-2x event. Now the thing that's interesting is if we come over here to this other simulator, we have a double sacred event, imaginary, okay? Sacred shards, 10 shards, 10,000 times, same thing, simulate it, and we have a 37% chance to pull one legendary, a 22% chance, or 23% chance, sorry, to pull two legendaries. So when we compare these, you can see that a chance to pull two legendaries on a regular sacred shard rate, 6%, is going to be 10%. However, when you look into what the percentage is to pull one legendary from an extra legendary event, which means if you pull one, you're going to get an extra, so that means you're pulling two, you have a 34% chance to pull two legendaries from an extra legendary event. Because like I said, if you pull one, you're getting an extra. Whereas on a 2x event, you have a 23% chance to pull two Legos. So basically, you're having a, 11% higher chance, higher likelihood of pulling two legendaries from an extra legendary event compared to a 2x event. So let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking that right now, if I was closer to the guaranteed number of shards, like 15 or 20, then I'd probably be saving. But I already pulled my sacreds. I got 2 shards from Clan Boss yesterday. So I'm like, let's go ahead and roll the dice. Plus, I've seen some pretty crazy pulls on Discord. Let me move myself over here. Check out these Discord pulls, okay? Let me know which one you would want. We have a Rotos plus Mashald right there. We have a Dring plus Holstring there. Pretty good pulls. Calvalax plus Sigmund. Not the best pulls that I've seen. One of the best ones is down here. We have a Mortu Macabre and Theodore. That's a nice pull for sure. And then we have Molly and Duchess. If I pulled this, I'd be more than happy. So happy. We have a Corvus and Lysandra. Good pull as well. Let's see what I get. Let me go ahead and come over here to a different channel. I don't know which one I'm going to go for. Let's go to 777. And yeah, we're not going to type anything. There's no VPN on. We're just going to try to pull from Kentucky, see how it works. But I'm going to roll the dice, see what we get. Maybe, probably nothing, right? Probably nothing. But man, oh man, would I be happy if we got something. I mean, hey, might as well try for it because we got a better chance of getting 2 here than we do there. But hey, I guess odds are odds, and we got nothing. Let's imagine I went ahead and pulled like some more shards to see what I would have got, okay? So you can also simulate your actual pulls. So 1 pull of 10, I think, is what it'll do. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got nothing. Okay? We got nothing. Simulate 1 pull. And we got 1, 2, 3. So pull 10 shards, got 3 legendaries. We hit the odds of, what was it? 8%. And then over here, I couldn't even hit the 30% odds. So super strange. Obviously, odds are odds. In the simulator, I hit the 8% odds, but did not hit the 30% odds. So take that for what you may. Let me know how you guys go about pulling your shards, what your kind of ideas on it are. But I am starting to think that, especially for sacred shards, the extra legendary events are actually quite worth it. With ancient shards, not so much, because 0.5% chance, it's just such a huge gamble if you're not close to Mercy. If you're close to Mercy, great. But with sacreds, every shard is basically its own thing. I mean, the likelihood of you actually getting to Mercy, like pretty deep, is super low. Super low. But guys, with that said, thank you all very much for watching the video. Hopefully you've taken something from that. Hopefully it gave you maybe a little bit different perspective on shard pull events. But yeah, they're all a scam, right? They're all a scam. That's what you'll see throughout the community. And yeah, we got some good pulls, and then we got my pulls, which not so good. So guys, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.